All right, I think the clock just flipped over to 10:30, so we're ready to go on this Black Friday. Hopefully you found some good deals today. I did not get out in the fray. I did do a little online shopping, but I did not at all get out in the fray of that. All right, so let's hope that we find some equally good stuff tonight in our breaks. First up, we're going to, what are we going to do first? I think it is a third of a case of Topps 2017 Luminaries Baseball. So that's going to be 4 boxes. That makes up a third of a case. Then we're going to do a full case of Bowman High Tech. That's also 2017. And then we will wrap it up with the back half of a case of 2017 Prism Football. So that's the order we're going in tonight. Luminaries Baseball, High Tech Baseball, and then Prism Football. So first up, we're going to take a look at our spreadsheet here. This is 4 boxes of 2017 Topps Luminaries Baseball. It is a third of a case break, and this is break number 1, the first time we've busted into it. And hi, Alex, and hi, Adrian. How are you guys? I see you there in chat. This ended tonight, 11:24. Our live stream schedule also tonight, Friday, 11:24 at 10:30 Eastern. You will see our team names on the left, winning bidders across from it on the right-hand side. And one of these spreadsheets will go up before we start each break. So this one, of course, is for Luminaries. And you'll see a couple of teams there that did not sell. That would be the Philadelphia Phillies and the Tampa Bay Rays. So if anything were to happen to come out for one of those teams, well, I guess it would hang out here with me. Join its brothers on Card Mountain. Otherwise, if it comes out for you, most likely going to get out the door to you on Monday, most likely. So this is a brand new case that we're starting for Luminaries. If you haven't done a break with me before, what I do when we're starting a new case is I go ahead and take everything out of here. Then we number them on the end, and then random decides for us which boxes get opened tonight and which get opened in another break going forward. I believe we have another part of this same case, I think it's tomorrow night, Saturday night, and then I think the last of it, if I'm remembering this right, and I might not be, but I think I am, if I'm remembering it right, the last of it is Monday night. So I think we've got some more tomorrow, and then we'll finish it up on Monday for the Luminaries. And most of the time, you know, I kind of got started doing it this way when we had specific case hits, and I wanted to just make it as fair as possible. And I don't really remember if this had a specific case hit in it or not, but since I've kind of gotten in the habit of doing them this way, we just rock on with it that way all the time now. Edward is asking if I want to sell the Phillies and the Rays. Well, what kind of price did you have in mind, Edward? Had not really necessarily set up to sell them, but I'm also not necessarily opposed to it for the right price. All right, so what I'm doing here, did I bring you guys with me? I was multitasking. I better make sure I did. I didn't, so let's try that again. Now you're over here with me, I think. I was in the midst of typing in our numbers into random. And since, you know, this is a reasonable number of things in there, 12 items in there, we're just going to hit random one time. The first 4 numbers that come up will represent the 4 boxes that we're going to open tonight. And it is giving us 2, 12, 5, and 7. So 2, 5, 7, 12, and what happened? I just messed that up, didn't I? 2, 5, 7, 12. You can tell I took a day or two off, can't you? Because now I'm all out of whack. 2, 5, 7, 12 we're opening up tonight. So let's just sort those out. And let me put the rest of these aside. And there's our 2, 5, 7, and 12 for tonight. How about your Eagles? I did, well, Adrian, are you talking about how your Eagles are playing, or are you talking about the Eagles that you pulled in the first half of Prism, which were awesome, the best I remember. You pulled like a ton of them, I think. All right, so 2, 5, 7, and 12. These are the 4 boxes we have for Luminaries. Each one of these is going to have one encased autograph or autographed relic card. Every card in here numbered to 15 or less. This is a super high-end series, and it was really, honestly, it was pretty hard to get. And then I see today that somebody had it on a Black Friday deal. Like, I was shocked. Of course, the Black Friday deal was still super expensive, but just this was really short printed. They did not make much. Well, if I could get in it, that would be helpful. How am I supposed to get in this? I guess this slides off. They didn't make much Luminaries. At least that's what I was told. So I was surprised that anybody had any left, much less to have it on Black Friday. Well, I don't guess there's any reason to keep that all nice and pretty. I'm just going to rip that right on off there, and we're going to get on about our way here. Oh yeah, Adrian, your Eagles have been playing very, very well. My Steelers have been playing pretty well too. So as a whole, you know, the state of Pennsylvania, they're doing all right at the moment between the Steelers and the Eagles. All right, let's get to it and see what we managed to pull out of here. This is my first time opening this as well. You saw we just opened the case, so I'm kind of excited to see what we get too. All right, first out, we have a little Alex Bregman, numbered to 5 for the Astros. And you know what I just realized? I didn't change the focus so that we can look at these all up nice and close. Well, let's try that again. Now let's see if we can see Alex a little better. There we go. Alex Bregman, 2 of 5 for the Astros. Nice little hit on the Hit Kings insert there. And of course you already know there's only one card in there, but I just figured I'd show you the empty inside anyway. And next out, oh boom, this makes somebody happy. There's your empty box again. It's a redemption. Masters of the Mound in the blue parallel for Clayton Kershaw. I'm not sure which the blue parallel will be numbered to. It might be numbered to 5 like the Bregman. At any rate, we know it's not going to be higher than 15 because everything in here is 15 or less. Oh, Edward, we are already rolling on this, man. I didn't see you replied before after I asked about what price you had in mind, so I just figured you weren't interested. I'm sorry about that, man. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And you know what the Yankees sold for, guys? Like next to nothing in comparison to what you just pulled. How about an Aaron Judge, 2 of 5 coming out for the Yankees? Yeah, there's your money's worth times a lot more than you paid for your Yankee spot. So somebody got a really nice bargain tonight. I was surprised, actually, that the Yankees didn't go all that. I mean, they went high, I guess, but not as high as I thought they would go based on what this product is. And Astros, you're hitting it again. You are hitting Jose Altuve, redemption, autographed letter book card. So we did all right tonight, but you know what? We knew we were going to do all right because Luminaries is a super product. Love it. Nice high-end stuff is worth having. So let's recap this. We have a redemption for the Jose Altuve on the autographed letter book. Of course, you guys know how to do redemptions, I'm sure, but if you don't, it is written there on the back of the little card, which you will receive in the mail. Then for the Dodgers, we have a Clayton Kershaw redemption. For the Yankees, knocking it out of the park with the Aaron Judge on-card auto, 2 of 5. Really, really nice hit for the Yankees. And then the Astros with their second hit, Alex Bregman, 2 of 5. So, Astros, Yankees, and Dodgers came out quite well on that one. Well, Marty, I don't think it was bad for everybody who didn't have the Astros. I think the Dodgers and the Yankees were probably pretty happy, too, as a whole. But, yeah, I mean, it's always less fun when your team doesn't get a hit, for sure. I mean, I understand that, but unfortunately, that is the nature of the beast. You know, we all suffer from the same affliction of loving to do these card breaks, and when we hit, it's awesome, and when we don't, it's definitely not as much fun. I will grant you that. But sometimes, you know, dry spell ends up, you work your way out of it and hit some really nice stuff on the back end of it. So hopefully that's going to be the case for you too, Marty. Next up, 12 boxes, a full case of 2017 Bowman High Tech Baseball. Full case break. This is break number 3. Third time we've broken it. I think this is the last that I have. If I have some Topps High Tech, which some of it is listed, some of it yet to be listed. I think this is the last of the Bowman High Tech. The Diamondbacks, you know what, guys? I had that listed. Then I saw a message from somebody tonight. They said that there are no Diamondback hits in this product. So I actually messaged the person who bought that team, and I refunded them and canceled that sale. That's why that team was noted as no hits refunded. And we had a couple of unsold teams in here. That would be the Royals and the Marlins. Those are designated as no bids buyback, as you see. Everything else has a bidder name across from it, and you're going to get, if you own the team, you're going to get whatever cards come out of here for your team. So Topps High Tech, I think I have that listed as a full case as well. It's a more expensive case than Bowman High Tech by several $100s. But I'm not 100% sure. I could have split it up, but I don't really think I did. I think I listed Topps High Tech as a full case as well. We've got Dynasty that'll be listed and showing up pretty soon. We've got Chronicles Baseball. If you haven't had any experience with Chronicles yet, it's got all kinds of fun stuff in it for the card sets where Panini doesn't produce for baseball, you know, like Spectra and Gold Standard and all that kind of stuff. Those are all, oh man, I got something all out of the bottom of that box. Those are all part of Chronicles, a lot of really fun card sets, as well as, of course, Chronicle has its own, you know, base design of a card as well, but I think the Spectra and the Gold Standard and those kind of things are more fun. Gerald is saying there's somebody else in here that doesn't have anything in this high tech, that doesn't have any cards at all, or any hits, or any what? Because no one has told me that until right now. So I don't know, but I take your word for it on that, Gerald. Or are you talking about Topps High Tech? Which, if you're talking about Topps High Tech, let me know, because I have all 30 teams already listed, but I think that one's not for another couple days, so I could always go in and end an auction if there is a team in Topps High Tech that has no possibility for a hit, or no possibility for a card, period, I should say, for any kind of card, numbered or otherwise. Marty, I still think Aaron Judge is kind of a hard pull. You know, there might be a lot of people selling his cards, but his cards don't come out at a super high rate, and certainly not numbered to 5. I don't expect that card's gonna really lose a lot of value. I mean, the guy's certainly proven himself over the course of this last season to be pretty solid. Assuming he keeps that play up, I mean, I would imagine that it would be like a Mike Trout or a Bryce Harper or any of our other players along those lines who command nice high prices for their autographs, regardless of whether or not they are rookie year. Ichiro, those kind of guys, you know, they kind of hold their value pretty well. I would expect Aaron Judge will do the same. But of course, obviously, we all know numbered lower is better. So a 2 out of 5, I think, was a pretty solid hit for the Yankees out of Luminaries, I think. I mean, I hear what you're saying, Marty, but if I had the Yankees, I would have been happy with that one for sure. So each one of our boxes here, of course, you saw had 1 pack in it. And then each pack will have 4 on-card autographs. And we'll have some numbered parallels and other things along the way, too. But it is, of course, our 4 on-card autos that we're the most interested in right now. And I believe, so what are we going to have? Is that right? 48 hits in here, did I say? That seems like a lot, but I guess that's what we have. Because we did open 12 boxes in the case, right? Yeah. Oh, the Royal. Okay, well, the Royals, thank goodness, at least didn't. Yeah, the Royals didn't have any bids in Bowman High Tech, so I guess we know why. So you're saying the Royals also with nothing, and then yeah, the Rangers definitely have cards because I think I pulled and sorted some Rangers cards out of some of the others, and then you're saying the Giants, maybe. Okay. And again, I'm assuming all those you're talking about Bowman and not Topps. And Adrian, I don't know about the Eagles going to the Super Bowl, but I'd be fine with it if they do. Of course, I always want my Steelers to go, but beyond that, you know, I'm okay with about anybody else going. Let's go ahead and move the rest of these up. And we're going to take a look as we go. Our base, we're just going to kind of buzz through here. We'll take a look at numbered inserts and anything that is autographed, of course. Brendan Rodgers redemption, first out. I believe Brendan Rodgers is going to be a Colorado Rocky, but we will go to the checklist and verify that before the end of this break. There's our first, well, it's our second autograph hit, I guess, technically, because the redemption will be an autograph. Matt Manning for the Detroit Tigers. Well, got that one upside down. And then that brings us next to, you know, I never say his name right, Becerra, something close to that, for the Mets. And then I believe this is Conlon. Yeah, Conlon also for the Mets. So back-to-back Mets there. Because I'll leave the redemption setting where we can... That will remind me to go to the checklist and take care of that one. And once again, with our base, we're just going to buzz right through it. If you happen to jump in late, I'm expecting the majority of the stuff that we're breaking tonight to ship on Monday. Slight possibility that it could go, some of it, into Tuesday, but I don't really think so. I think it'll go Monday. Zach Collins for the White Sox. And there's a slight possibility that some could go out tomorrow, but that's a more remote possibility based on all the stuff I've got to do tomorrow. Forrest Whitley for the Astros. His signature is kind of hard to see because it's mostly just one big letter, but it is on there. Thomas Szapucki, yeah, something like that. Also for the Mets. Mets are racking it up right now. Braxton Garrett for the Marlins. And this I should have pulled forward a while ago with the Jimenez, but I didn't manage to see it, so it didn't get pulled forward until right now, but it's numbered anyway, so it's to 199 on the Jimenez. Well, okay there. Hang on, buddy. Sorry about that. One off the bottom. Not this one, obviously, but one was trying to slide off the bottom there. That is numbered to 99 on the Morjon for the Padres. It was Forrest Whitley that tried to jump off sides there a second ago. Armenteros for the A's. For the Red Sox, Ronil Rodez, or something, some close approximation of that anyway. A little Ahmed Rosario for the Mets. Nice little hit. Mets really are just cleaning up tonight. Cleaning up. For the Braves, Ian Anderson. The Braves better take their hits while they can get them. Holy cow. Man, did they get cleaned out of a lot of prospects. Like, I think we all expected that to be kind of severe punishment, but I did not really know it was going to be that severe. But yeah, they cleaned house over there. That is to 199 for the Mets on the Justin Dunn. But I guess that's what happens when you break the rules in MLB. They are not messing around. Lifetime ban on the GM. Lost all their good prospects, or most of their, well, probably all their good prospects. Still have some prospects, but certainly not the top of the line ones. Of course, we're all just going to be chasing Ohtani next year anyway. We all know that. That is Diaz for the Brewers. Willie Calhoun, nice little hit for the Dodgers, numbered to 199. Cozens for the Phillies. A little Rhys Hoskins, back-to-back hits for the Phillies, and that Rhys Hoskins numbered to 99 is quite a nice hit for the Phillies. Making somebody very happy there on Black Friday. Yeah, all right. That is numbered to 199 on the Gurriel for the Blue Jays. I don't think he's one that got caught up in all the PEDs, was he? Blue Jays had, what, like 6 players or something test positive for PEDs. 6 players in the minor leagues test positive for PEDs this week. It was an ugly week to be a Blue Jays fan or a Braves fan in some regards. Alex I never say this right. Kirilloff. Well, you know who it is for the Twins. That is followed by a little Louis Castillo for my Cincinnati Reds. Oakland A's, AJ. Is that another Rhys Hoskins? I think it is. That one's numbered to 50 for the Phillies on their second Rhys Hoskins hit out of this break. So Phillies are happy at the moment. Can't blame them. Both nice, especially the one to 50. Numbered 250 for the Cardinals with Junior Fernandez. We got some more base there. That is Kyle Lewis for the Mariners. And that is Justin Dunn for the Mets again. The Mets are going crazy in this break. whatever they spent, I'd say it's worth their money. A little Corey Ray for the Milwaukee Brewers. I actually like Corey Ray. I hope he's going to be good. I think he's going to be good. His autographs are really not super expensive right now either, so I might be socking away a couple of Corey Rays here and there. Nick Senzel. There's a hard pull this year for my Cincinnati Reds, and Senzel has been surprisingly difficult in Bowman this year, so happy to see Nick turn up there. That is a nice hit for the Reds. To 199, O'Neill for the Mariners. To 25, a little Kyle Lewis, also for the Mariners. Another redemption. Oh, wow. Holy cow. Well, look how happy the Cincinnati Reds are right now. Because, yeah, you have another Nick Senzel to go with your Rush Diffractor Parallel. Now you just have a basic high-tech auto for Nick Senzel. So 2 Senzels coming out for the Reds. A third Rhys Hoskins. That is crazy. Phillies are indeed giving thanks today. And we'll just keep it coming. To 35, a little Mickey Moniak. That is, Phillies are absolutely on fire. That's an awesome hit, as well as all your Rhys Hoskins hits. I have to get another pack of sleeves out of here. Trying to figure out where I stashed them, that is. Yeah, we'll just have to get one out of the box because I don't see where I set the other pack. All right, now we can go back to it. Kevin Maytan for the Braves. Well, Braves, be happy you have him because he is a free agent now. But in the meantime, you have a nice hit for him still in the Braves uniform. I see another redemption hiding out back there. If that's another Nick Senzel, like I'll probably just fall right off the chair. This is numbered to 99 on J.P. Crawford for the Phillies, who are continuing on with their very nice run. Orioles are coming out with a hit here. We're going to get them on the board with Kobe Sedlock. There is Lucius Fox for the Tampa Bay Rays. P.J. Conlon for the Mets. Right now, the Mets, the Phillies, and the Reds are all three getting their money's worth, so to speak. And the Mets again with another Becerra. This one is, I guess that is not numbered. I don't know why I looked at that and thought that was going to be numbered, but it isn't. I just thought it was going to be. But I was wrong. To 199 on the Mateo for the Yankees. Whoops, well, I brought one of the signatures up before I quite meant to, but he's already up here, so let's take a look at him. That is to 25 on the Junior Fernandez for the Cardinals. Now we'll go back to our base here, work our way through that, and then nice little Bashers insert for the Rockies with the Nolan Arenado. And our redemption, because apparently we just like to do redemptions in pairs tonight. How about another Brendan Rodgers? Yeah, so you have one, now you have pair. I think again, though, this is one that was, it is. So you're going to have a diffractor, a tidal diffractor, and then a regular. So Rockies and Reds with redemptions. Again, I'll checklist verify that, but I'm pretty certain that those are Rockies and Reds. Francisco, I never say it right. Mija, something like that for the Indians. Anyway, it's a nice hit for the Indians. Torres for the Yankees, very nice. I know we would like to have had that numbered, but still not pulling a ton of Torres at this point, so always good to see him come through. Ian Anderson, another nice hit for the Braves. That one numbered to 50. To 199 on the Mitch Keller for the Pirates. Got a little base to work our way through here. Looks like the Cardinals are going to be in the money again. Junior Fernandez a second time. I believe that's I think that's his second Junior Fernandez, if I'm remembering that right. Braxton Garrett for the Marlins. There's another Torres. This one's numbered to 199 for the Yankees. And then we have Patrick Weigel for the Braves. Well, what's going on with that sleeve? It's all bent and weird. The sleeve itself. Huh, that's weird. So that bend is, of course, in the sleeve. You just saw that. That's not on the card, but... Number 250, Jay Groom for the Red Sox. Rockies have a little die cut numbered to 50. That's actually a pretty cool card. I don't remember seeing a die cut in the other cases. Maybe we did and I just don't remember it, but I think it's a pretty cool little hit. Thought maybe Bo Bichette was numbered, but he wasn't. There's a little Eloy for the Cubbies. Gerald, you know, Spectrum is well, hang on, let me get through these and then I'll answer that for you. Mitch Keller, Pirates. There's Jay Groom again for the Red Sox. Whoops, I almost stacked that in the wrong place. Not that it matters. They're all going out the door to you regardless, but I usually like to put the signatures so we can recap them, stack them in one place. Alfredo Rodriguez for Cincinnati Reds. There's Bo Bichette for the Blue Jays. I was beginning to think he wasn't going to show up for us, but he's coming in there in the next to last pack, next to last box. So Gerald, Spectrum basically did get me fixed. I mean, I am up and running again, and I have had no problems since we were able to do the break, whatever night that was last week, when it came back up spontaneously. But here's the thing. They had already been here that day, and that might have been one of the days where they'd already had two groups of people here. And when they left, they said it wasn't fixed, and they didn't know when it was going to be fixed, and it would be 7 to 10 days before it was fixed. Or I take that back. Could be up to 7 to 10 days, Spectrum speak. That's to 99 on Junior Fernandez for the Cardinals. They also said it was some kind of, I don't even remember what the initials, maybe FEC. Does that sound like anything anybody's ever heard of? FEC, FEC? Anyway, supposedly they thought it was whatever FEC is on the main line. And allegedly they were bringing a crew from Ohio to come down and fix it, who I guess supposedly know how to fix issues with whatever feck is. So I don't know if the guys from Ohio were working at 10 o'clock at night and fixed it, or if somebody sitting in an office somewhere just suddenly looked at something and figured out what they had done wrong and fixed it. But it spontaneously corrected itself, and then I have had no problem since. That is Bo Bichette again for the Blue Jays. Sean Newcomb for the Braves. They were actually supposed to send someone out here this week just to double check and make sure that everything was on point or whatever, but that guy never showed up, so that doesn't really surprise me. Patrick Weigel for the Braves. And Anderson Espinoza for the Padres. So yeah, I mean, Spectrum, good grief. That was just awful. I mean, what did that take? Like 5 days or something? That was incredible. And that no one could fix it. Repeatedly coming out and unable to fix it. I mean, it was, well, you guys know, you lived through a good part of it with me. It was terrible. But thank goodness we seem to be okay going forward. So here's our Nick Senzel and our Brendan Rodgers. Give me one hot second. I am going to go to the Topps website and checklist verify that. And you know what? I mean, we pretty much know that's going to be the Rockies and the Reds. But you also know that I always go to the checklist on a redemption because I think it's the right way to do things. So that's what I'm doing right now. Give me a hot second here to get to the right spot. Loading, loading. Here we go. Bowman High Tech, and there's our Nick Senzel, Cincinnati Reds, and there's our Brendan Rodgers, Colorado Rockies, just like we thought. So we are all good to go as expected. So let's just get these. I put these in a sleeve. You guys probably saw me do that earlier. That's so I can write on them, because sometimes in the past when I wrote right on the card, people got a little testy. So it is just on the sleeve in case you get it and want to, not have it written on. So Brendan Rodgers, basic autograph, redemption. Brendan Rodgers with the title Diffractor Parallel, also for the Rockies. Nick Senzel with the basic autograph. And then Nick Senzel with the Rush Diffractor Parallel, also for the Reds. And then the rest of our giant stack of hits, we're just going to kind of buzz through these again in case someone didn't see them earlier, or if you're watching it later and you just kind of fast forward to the recap, which is kind of what I'm known to do sometimes. Just makes it a little easier to take a look at. I like Bowman in general. I like High Tech specifically in Bowman, but I don't know. I don't think guys, it didn't really inspire a lot of bidding interest, so I probably won't buy any more of it, at least not anytime soon. Not unless it goes down in price, I guess. We might be able to buy some more then, but otherwise, this is probably the last of the Bowman High Tech, but we do have Topps High Tech, as I mentioned earlier, so one case of that I think is already listed. There'll be more to come. There's Dynasty to list. I still have some update jumbo and wax, which I forgot that I had. I've got to get that listed. We've got more Archive Signature Series, both postseason and active player edition. So we got quite a bit of baseball we're going to be busting through. Chronicles, got a lot. We're going to be doing a lot of baseball and a lot of basketball in the days ahead. All right, guys, that is going to roll us into our Prism football. Let me see if I can get our spreadsheet up for that. And, oh, Edward, I see you're taking off. Okay, you know what? There's probably a lot of baseball people taking off. So, everybody, thank you very much. I appreciate you bidding. Let's try that again. Bidding and breaking with me and keeping me company in chat, and for your patience when I was undergoing all that nasty Spectrum business. And I appreciate you guys a lot, so thank you. Hope I see you again on another break. So for the football folks, it's time to get rolling with some Prism. This is 6 boxes of 2017 Panini Prism Football, half case break number 4. This is the back half of the case we started, I don't know when. I think in the midst of all that Spectrum mess. So then I had all that lag time where nothing ended because I hadn't been listing because the internet couldn't get fixed. So yeah, it was fun, good time. So that's how we got so far behind on everything. That's why I have like 8 zillion cases of stuff that we need to break in the next couple weeks. So we're gonna be doing a lot of case breaks and half and whole case breaks in the days ahead. Not so much of our single stuff like, I've got some stuff. I've got Playbook and plates and patches and black gold and Topps Supreme. I've got a lot of kind of single individual type stuff or stuff that'll be paired together for breaks. But we're not going to do a lot of that for maybe a week or 10 days. Maybe even 2 weeks. Because I really want to get caught up on these cases because, good grief. There's so many come out every week, and I'm just overrun from getting behind with the internet outage. So we're going to be doing probably 2 or 3 cases a night. And it's sometimes 4 if we have stuff that doesn't have a lot of base cards. So that's kind of what we'll be rolling with for the next few weeks. I don't really know why I'm stacking those pack by pack, because that doesn't really matter. Just out from doing high tech, I was stacking them pack by pack because each pack represented a box. But we don't have to do that here. Adrian, if your Spectrum is doing the same thing, I don't know, man. Mine had been maybe not giving me the speeds I was paying for a while, honestly. But whatever, I pay for a whole lot more than I really need anyway, just to make sure I don't have problems doing the breaks. So as long as I was getting enough to do what I needed to get done, I didn't really care if it wasn't as high as it should have been. But when I started having problems, that is kind of what happened. At first it was just, it would drop and then it would come right back. Or it would slow way down and then for just a minute or two and then it would be back to normal. And then is when it just went all the heck. And they got the download speed reestablished pretty quickly. But the upload speed, which was supposed to be 20 megs, I was getting less than 1. So that's why we couldn't do any breaks, couldn't do anything with an upload speed like that. So I don't know. If yours keeps doing that, I would say, have them come out and check everything. They did so much stuff here and replaced the line and all kinds of other stuff, and none of that fixed it. So I'm assuming it's probably those people from Ohio that fixed it, whatever that was about. So the base cards, guys, we're just going to kind of blow through them like you saw right there. There are a lot of refractors in here, or prisms, as Panini calls refractors. So when we come across those, I will read off the names of the players. Otherwise, when they're base cards, we're just going to set them aside. You'll see them, but we'll just keep on rolling. So this is numbered to 275, Duke Johnson for the Browns in that sort of orange parallel. Pat Mahomes, Derek Barnett, Zach Ertz, Richard Sherman. A bunch of these little insert advertising things for Panini Kid Reporter. If you have a kid and you want to enter him in that contest, you want some of those codes, shoot me a message. I'll write some down for you. Evan Ingram insert. Those are not numbered, but they are kind of cool. Rookie introductions. Donnell Pumphrey to 149. Why did I say Donnell Pumphrey? Jabril Peppers to 149 for the Browns. Why I'm thinking of Donnell Pumphrey, I have absolutely no idea. That was interesting. Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey, Gerald McCoy, and Jordan Matthews. Now, of course, we should have 3 autographs per box, provided that they don't do anything strange and replace one of our hits with rewards points. But assuming that they don't do that, we should find 3 per box. Looks like our first one out is going to be Malachi Dupree for the Packers, and it is not numbered. And these are pretty much all sticker autos that I've seen in here. Sometimes they don't look like they're stickers because of the card design, but everyone I've seen so far has been. Zay Jones, Adoree Jackson, Jarvis Landry, Ryan Tannehill. Nice little Jonathan Stewart. It's going to be a low-numbered parallel. That is to 25 for the Panthers. Cam Newton also for the Panthers, green scope to 99. Joe Williams, there's a little Kareem Hunt, nice. David Johnson, Charles Sims, and another advertising card for the Kid Reporter. I'd say roughly half of the cards in this set are refractors. It's maybe even a little bit more than half if by the time you count the inserts. There's a lot of them in here. Mr. Joe Flacco for the Baltimore Ravens to 199. Charles Harris, Chris Carson, Julian Edelman, Travis Benjamin, a little 18% off at the NFL shop. So it is now only roughly 52% overpriced if you use your 18% off card. Jesse James for my Pittsburgh Steelers, purple cracked ice to 75. Mitch Trubisky, Wayne Gallman, Jordan Howard, Josh McCown. So we are going to open some Rookies and Stars coming up here in a few days. It actually came in today, but as I was saying earlier, I'm so far behind on breaking stuff. I don't have it worked into the rotation until like about Wednesday, I think, of this upcoming week. Thomas Rawls to 275 in the orange parallel. Did I put... Yeah, I did. Did I get... All right, there's one. It's like a couple of those over there. I don't know what I did. I didn't manage to get Joe Flacco in a sleeve for some reason. Or Jabril Peppers, so put those in there right now. Ryan Sweetser, Adam Shaheen, Michael Crabtree, Julius Peppers. So the Rookies and Stars this year, it is a breaker exclusive. It's not supposed to be in any retail stores unless the retail stores also do online breaks. Marcus Allen for the Raiders. Carl Lawson for the Bengals, our second signature out of this box. And it is like it's a 14-box case, I believe. Juju Smith-Schuster, Nathan Peterman, Dak Prescott, Amari Cooper. So we are going to break that in half just because of the sheer volume of cards involved. Yeah, you know what? I did not order Illusions because so many of the new lines for Panini, like, you know, designs they haven't had in the past, have not been very good this year, in my opinion. You know, and I bought them all, like all the Donruss certified cuts and all that stuff. And then I just really didn't like what they were too much. John Ross for the Bengals. Chad Hansen for the Jets, numbered to 275. You know what I mean? Like, they weren't terrible, but they just weren't overwhelmingly good. So I looked at Illusions and thought, you know what, we're probably going to end up in the same boat that we were, with this other stuff. Mike Williams, Raekwon McMillan, Duke Johnson, Khalil Mack. So I did not order any. Then I was in the card shop, when was it? Maybe Wednesday? And opened some and saw some opened. And I was like, oh, as it turns out, I really like this product. So, of course, the one I didn't buy, I end up thinking I like. But I may get some down the road if he's still got it. Gerard Davis for the Lions to 75. But Panini has a habit of making their releases pretty high dollar. Marcus May, Jonathan Allen, Frank Gore, Mark Barron. And sometimes, like the box cost on Illusions was not outrageous. It's like 100 and, I don't remember, 120 something maybe, the pre-order price. So the per box cost is not terrible, but then they put these giant number, like 16 box cases and stuff. So you end up taking a chance, sometimes $1,800, $2,000 on a product that if it tanks, you might lose $400, $500, $600 on one case, which is, not sustainable. Tariq Cohen for the Bears, that is unnumbered. That was our third auto out of that box. David Moore, Jeremy McNichols, Will Fuller, Demarius Thomas. So I think if they would, Panini, see what I mean when I say they, if Panini would, if they want to keep that box price, make some smaller size cases. There's another Julius Peppers, that one's to $149, where we didn't have to invest so much in an untested product, it'd be easier to buy them. James Conner, Hassan Reddick, Rashard Matthews, LaShawn McCoy. Because truly, there's been several products this year where I have lost several $100s on a single case. And, after you do that a few times, you start thinking twice about whether or not you want to keep diving into the deep end of the water with these new releases. And if they would just make their cases a more reasonable number, i.e. more reasonable price, it's a lot easier to take a chance on unknown quantities. But I don't think Panini cares. I mean, they've got the market cornered, obviously, on NFL and NBA, so they're going to do whatever they do, and the rest of us just have to make do. But Topps really has the market cornered on baseball. I mean, sure, Panini has some nice baseball, but they're not licensed, so it's a different type scenario. Yet, Topps doesn't do what Panini does, for the most part. I mean, sure, some Topps releases are expensive. That we opened earlier tonight being an example of that. Luminaries was quite expensive, but it's also a product that is going to be good because they tell you up front everything's going to, here's basically who you're going to see on the checklist. It's going to be numbered to 15 or less every card. I mean, so you don't feel as stressed about investing the money in something like that. So Topps just has what I think is a better approach to the way they do their stuff, but that's just my opinion. Steve Young for the 49ers on that insert. Juju Smith-Schuster for my Pittsburgh Steelers to 75. And he is out this weekend with that pulled hamstring. He is not going to play against the Packers. It makes me very sad. Very, very sad. Malachi Dupree. There's a little Deshaun Watson. Marshawn Lynch. Richard Sherman. Looks like our first autograph hit out of this box is going to come out for the Kansas City Chiefs. It is not Kareem Hunt, which is who you probably want, but you did get an autograph hit, so you're on the board at least, Chiefs, with Chesson coming out. right off the top here. Gerard Davis, Malachi Dupree, Terrence Williams, and Ryan Tannehill. Of course, somewhere in this back half, we should have our RPA. Gosh, I'm sorry about that. That slid right off the top, but fortunately it slid down that way. It did not land on a corner, so that's the good news. Corey Davis for the Titans on the rookie introductions insert. So we should have that in here somewhere. We didn't pull it in the first half, I don't think. Deshaun Kaiser for the Browns to 275. Yeah, the main thing that Topps has a tendency to do, I didn't say those names, those are refractors. Kaiser, Marlon Humphrey, Mathieu for the Cardinals, Eric Berry for the Chiefs. The thing that Topps does that I don't like is sometimes they put out products where they don't cover all the teams, like the Bowman High Tech tonight, which apparently did not cover all of the teams. That I'm not a fan of. I mean, every team has somebody that you could put in a product, you know? So that I'm not wild about. TJ Yeldon to 75. Purple cracked ice. David Njoku for the Browns. Shelton Gibson for the Eagles. Matt Stafford, Demaryius Thomas. And occasionally, they don't sort real well. Occasionally, you'll get a case where, you know, the hits are just not well sorted. Ezekiel Elliott, nice little stained glass insert for the Cowboys. But Panini's kind of guilty of that too, to a large extent. Well, maybe not as bad as Topps, but they've both been known to do it. Isaiah Ford for the Dolphins. Elijah McGuire, Buda Baker, Jesse James, Trevor Siemian. So how you guys think Paxton's going to do? He's getting the start this week. Down to Foreman for the Texans on the instant impact insert. Those are not numbered. Zay Jones for the Bills to 199. Corey Davis, Tease Tabor, Cody Kessler, Charles Sims. I was about to, my screen just about went into power save mode there. Oh boy, somebody's going to be happy because look who our RPA is. That is to 99, Deshaun Watson. Oh yeah. I mean, too bad that he got sidelined with that injury because that kid was on fire. Hopefully he's going to come back and also be on fire. And if anybody, whoever has the Texans, if you should happen to want that in a one-touch or something, shoot me a message on eBay and let me know. It usually ends up being around $3 by the time you pay for the case and the PayPal fees and whatnot. Ends up being around $3 usually. That is a really nice little hit there for the Texans with the Deshaun Watson RPA. CJ Beathard, Marshawn Lattimore, Kelvin Benjamin, and Amari Cooper. And Adrian says he is not a fan of Deshaun Watson because you don't think he makes his decisions quickly enough. Well, that can be said of a number of quarterbacks, honestly. there are a whole lot of them that could be a little faster at what they do. But hey, I say, you know what? Kid's just getting started in the NFL, and he has come out doing quite well. So if he continues on that track, he's only going to get better with age and experience. And I think he's pretty good right now. At least he's certainly better than any of the other options that they had down there with the Texans. Brian Well, we're just going to go with Brian for the Titans. Kevin King. TJ Logan. Well, I could have just flipped the one card. Jamal Charles. Mark Barron. Travis Kelce. That should be to 275. And it is for the Chiefs. That's just another one of our advertising cards. Gerald Everett, Chris Godwin, Aaron Rodgers, Kyle Williams. Oh, you meant you're not a fan of Paxton Lynch. I gotcha. Well, Paxton Lynch is a work in progress for sure. Willie Snead to 275. And you know, he had that shoulder issue earlier this year. But obviously, they've already gone through everybody else they have, including recycled Brock Osweiler. So they can't be in much worse shape than they're in already. Gerard Davis, Matthew Days, Kenny Britt, Travis Benjamin. I don't know what Denver, to have flipping John Elway managing your personnel, you'd think you'd have a good quarterback, wouldn't you? Trevor Siemian to 199 for the Broncos. Speaking of, but they have really been stinking up the place. Corey Davis, Titans, their quarterbacks, I mean. Tease Tabor, Lions. Eric Ebron, Lions. Jordan Matthews is stuck to Khalil Mack. So let's unstick them. There's Khalil Mack. Oh, and neither one of them are even autographed. Jordan Matthews for the Bills, and I would have thought one of them would have been. Usually they are when they're turned backwards, but that was not. So that was weird. Marquise Goodwin to 199 for the 49ers. If you need some good mojo for a Carson Wentz pull. All right, well, let's see if we can get you some good mojo for a Carson Wentz pull. Isaiah Ford, Takarist McKinley, TJ Yeldon, Mike Glennon. So, did we get, let's just look at this a second. 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we did. We did get all of our autographs. For some reason, it seemed like we were short one, but I guess we weren't. We've opened 2 boxes. We should have had 6, and we have 6. So, all right. There you go. Yep, Dak Prescott, man, he's had a little bit of a rough go the last couple of weeks, too. I was surprised, though, to see there were the articles on, I don't remember if it was on the ESPN app or if it was in the USA Today app. One of them had an article saying, is Dak Prescott a bust? And I was like, are you serious? I mean, come on. The guy has had a couple bad games, but so have lots of other quarterbacks had a couple bad games, and you don't go around calling them busts. I just thought that was kind of rude. Not that I'm like a huge Cowboys fan, because I'm, not, but but still, I thought that was kind of rough on the kid, He's young, too. And he had tremendous success last year, and so he's hit the wall a little bit, maybe. He didn't hit it last year when you would have expected it. He's maybe hitting it this year instead. But I don't think you go to he's a bust. I just thought that was I thought that was a bit much, but they spit you out, they, chew you up and spit you out, that's for sure. Give you much room for error. Christian McCaffrey, instant impact. The green scope to 99, Jamal Adams for the Jets. And right behind it, a regular Jamal Adams, Robert Davis, Carson Palmer, and Damon Harrison. Oh, Adrian, you're saying, yeah, he has, sorry, I hadn't looked over there in a second. Yeah, I would agree. He's definitely hit his sophomore slump. And, I mean, like I said, he's had a couple bad games. I don't disagree with you on that. But I just think overall, it's too soon to be saying he's a bust. Especially after his other games leading up to where he's hit his little downward slide here. Desmond King for the Chargers. That one was $249. There's Donnell Pumphrey, who I said a while ago inexplicably for a completely different player. Jabril Peppers, Emmanuel Sanders, Brandon Marshall. Hall of Fame insert for Troy Aikman. Those are not numbered. Deonta Foreman for the Texans to 275. Darbaugh, John Ross, Jared Goff, John Brown. Jared Goff's actually a good example of somebody, you know, last year everybody's like, oh, Jared Goff sucks, da-da-da, he's terrible. And, of course, this year he's having quite a good season. James White to 275. Especially in comparison to how he played last season, but I just think these young guys need time to adjust, especially because they're coming out of school younger and younger, not even staying till they're seniors. Deshaun Watson, Kevin King, Torrey Smith, Golden Tate. So, you know, you got kids coming out 19, 20 years old and going to play in a man's league. It's got to be tough. Joey Bosa to 149 for the Chargers. Garyon Conley, Matthew Days, Andy Dalton, Jeremy Maclin. Oh, nice hit for the Steelers. How about a little Juju Smith-Schuster to 149? Yeah, I like it. Oh, he's not even bothering to even make, like, the S's anymore. It's just the J and the J now. I think we used to kind of have sort of an S maybe on some of the early signatures, if I'm remembering correctly. Now we're just a J and J. Mac Hollins, Chad Kelly, Laquan Treadwell, Corey Coleman. Darren Lee for the Jets to 199. Chad Williams, Shelton Gibson, OBJ, Marcus Mariota. I hear my little cat back behind me getting into I don't know what, but doesn't sound good. Curtis Samuel, TJ Logan, Devontae Parker, Brian Hoyer. Sounds like it's in the bag. It sounds like the cat is in my bag of packing peanuts. The little girl cat, for some reason, likes to chew up packing peanuts. I don't know why. Deshaun Watson rookie introductions for the Texans. There's Leonard Fournette finally making an appearance. That's to 199 for the Jags. MVP insert for Peyton Manning for the Colts. Jordan Willis, numbered to 75, purple cracked ice for the Cincinnati Bengals. Malik McDowell, Malik Hooker, Eddie Lacy, Latavius Murray. There's a little Tom Brady to 199. I would really like for my Steelers to beat the Patriots this year. I hope we will. Dalvin Cook, Aaron Jones, Delaney Walker, Dante Moncrief. At least Ben's been playing better. You know, he also went through some pretty ugly games earlier this year. One in particular. Kenny Britt to 99 green scope variation. Jonnu Smith, Davis Webb, Jameis Winston, Todd Gurley. How'd the Bills experiment go the other day? That was awful. That was so bad. Like, why did they do that? Well, we talked about that ahead of time. I'm like, why are they starting Nathan Peterman to begin with? But you think, all right, they've seen something we haven't seen. That's the 275 Delaney Walker in the orange parallel. And then, man, that kid just got eaten alive. O.J. Howard, Josh Dobbs, Terrell Pryor, Theo Riddick. Talking about Ben and his bad game, you know, where he had those 5 interceptions, made me think about Nathan Peterman and the Bills. Oh, that was so bad. I felt terrible for that kid. I mean, you just don't want that happening to anybody, but they could have probably put in, maybe done a little different play calling and protected him a little bit. I mean, gosh, that was sad indeed. Meanwhile, Tyrod's like, okay, well, I'm solid now. I don't have to worry after that. At least not for the rest of this season, but man. Of course, this upcoming draft, I mean, we're obviously a ways away, but if everybody comes out as they are expected, of course, we've got some that we know are going to be graduating, but others coming out as undergrads, looks like it's going to be a tremendous draft for quarterbacks. So I would think after that, some of our currently employed people probably going to be unemployed come next season. Oh, you're going to the draft next year in Dallas. That's awesome, man. You can boo the commissioner along with everybody else. I think that's always like the hobby, right? To boo the commissioner at the draft. It doesn't even seem to matter what sport. Baseball, basketball, football, anywhere where there is the commissioner, they're going to boo him. Actually, mostly basketball and football, I think. Carlos Henderson to 49 for the Broncos. I really don't watch the Major League Baseball draft pretty much ever, so I don't know about that, but I do watch the NBA and NFL. Curtis Samuel, TJ Logan, Bruce Ellington, Josh Doxson. J.J. Watt for the Texans, gold parallel to 275. Why did I put Carlos Henderson in with the autographs? Whoops. Garyon Conley, Matthew Days, Von Miller, Drew Brees. Tavon Austin for the Rams to 199. Whoops. Well, stacks trying to slide around there. Once you put sleeves on them, they like to slide around. Isaiah McKenzie, Taco Charlton, Carlos Hyde, T.Y. Hilton. Yeah, I think it'd be a lot of fun to go to the draft. I think you'll enjoy that. I don't know. It looks like from the setup that sometimes you might get to interact with some of the players and things. I don't know if you do or not, but it looks like it might be possible before or after in some cases. Kenny Stills to 49 for the Dolphins. So if they let you should go get all those quarterback autographs at the draft because it's supposed to be an excellent class. Donnell Pumphrey, Jabril Peppers, Andy Dalton, Terrell Suggs. Tony Dorsett, Hall of Fame insert. Chad Kelly for the Broncos to 275, orange parallel. Chad Williams, Shelton Gibson, Patrick Peterson, Pierre Garçon. Being an Eagles fan, you'll be in hostile territory. Well, I mean, it's the draft, so maybe it'll be okay. There's a rewards point, so you know that replaced one of our hits. Dalvin Cook, Aaron Jones, Torrey Smith, C.J. Anderson. So what we will be doing with that rewards point card at the end of the break is we will run it through random. All 32 teams will go into random. One will be chosen as the winner, and we'll get that reward point card. Spencer Ware to 275 for the Chiefs. O.J. Howard, Josh Dobbs, Jamison Crowder, Jamie Collins. MVP insert for Aaron Rodgers. Martellus Bennett, there's an interesting guy, to 199 in uniform for the Packers, but we all know what happened there. Mac Hollins, Chad Kelly, Vance McDonald, Ted Ginn. That was a weird situation with Martellus. Deshaun Watson, instant impact. Marshawn Lattimore to 149 for the Saints. Malik McDowell, Malik Hooker, OBJ, Antonio Brown. Jeremy McNichols for the Bucks. Unnumbered. Oh, I like his signature. It's a nice looking signature. Darbaugh, John Ross, Willie Snead, Quincy. Alvin Kamara for the Saints. That one not numbered. Of course, the Jeremy McNichols wasn't numbered either that we saw a second ago. Jonnu Smith, Davis Webb, Derrick Henry, Jordy Nelson. Josh Doxson to 149 for the Skins. Whoops, screen's trying to time out on me over there again. Another little Deshaun Watson rookie. I don't know why I said little. Kevin King, Blunt, and Manning. Our rewards points, let me put that in the sleeve so I can write on it, and we'll set it aside. And you know me, I'm going to move these stacks back here because I don't like them getting tall, and I don't like there to be too many because there's other things over there that could possibly fall over on them or something. I don't know. It makes me nervous. I like to keep them over on their little sorting mat in smaller stacks, so periodically I move them off to the side for that purpose. If you didn't hear me say it earlier, I'm expecting that this stuff tonight will most likely ship on Monday. It is possible that a little of it could leak into Tuesday. It's also possible that a little of it could get out tomorrow, but I don't really think it will be tomorrow. I think it'll be Monday. This is, of course, box 5 of the 6 that we're opening tonight. This is the 5th box that I'm taking out of the packs right now. This is, sadly, the last of the Prism football that I have. Only had 2 cases, and then the first off the line stuff that we opened ahead of release day. Which I've actually got a little bit of first off the line Prism basketball coming too, but I don't have much. I should have had a half case, but I don't. That's because it was like impossible to order that day. The servers went down with Panini and everything was a big hot mess, and I had it in there and I was checking out and it went down and I couldn't finish the checkout, and then when I went back it froze up again when I only had 3 in there when I was trying to get to 6. That's to 99 on Sammy Watkins. And I was afraid to not check out with the 3 because the website was impossible that day, so I just went ahead and got the 3, and that's a weird amount. It's like a quarter of a case, but anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. I might just open it myself. You never know. Juju Smith-Schuster, Nathan Peterman, Cam Newton, C.J. Anderson. I did go on a tear this week, and I opened several things actually that I had just had sitting around that I kept meaning to do a mixed break with or something, and I had never done anything with it, and I'd had it for months. I just opened it. I get in those wild moods sometimes. Lamar Miller, 75, cracked ice, purple parallel. Solomon Thomas, Sidney Jones, Derrick Henry. Matt Forte. Josh Dobbs, look at my Steelers having a nice break. Josh Dobbs to 75 in the cracked ice variation. Oh, Adrian, you got some cards from me today? Cool. And they got, I don't remember what day I shipped those. I mean, I was shipping all week last week, so I'm glad you got some of them today. And Daniel just got a mini helmet with, oh wow, Tom Brady and Gronk and Edelman and Chris Long autographed on a mini helmet. That is awesome. Josh Malone, Josh Reynolds, Patrick Peterson, Darius Hayward-Bay. I don't know what the price would be on something like that. I mean, I know kind of what Tom Brady autographs would bring in various situations on cards, but I don't know what it would be on a mini helmet, much less with the other players alongside. Deshaun Watson insert. Deshaun Kaiser in the cracked ice purple parallel 75. Isaiah McKenzie, Taco Charlton, Willie Snead, and Paul, whose last name I never pronounced correctly. Dante Moncrief for the Colts to 275. Matt says it's a whole case of Deshaun Watson. It does probably seem like that sometimes, right? I know. It's but he's only got the one signature card, but he definitely has had some inserts. David Moore, Jeremy McNichols, Tom Brady, Quincy, whose last name I don't want to attempt. Aaron Donald for the Rams to 275. Well, third time's the charm. Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey, LeGarrette Blount. Why did I started to say Leonard Fournette? What is wrong with me? Melvin Gordon. Probably because I was simultaneously thinking that we had only seen the one Fournette that I remember in here. MVP Eli Manning. Jordan Howard to 199 for the Bears. Zay Jones, Adoree Jackson, refractors. Von Miller, Taylor Gabriel. Roger Staubach, MVP insert, Hall of Fame rather, I should say. Charles Harris to 149 for the Dolphins. Joe Williams, Kareem Hunt, Carlos Hyde, Antonio Brown. Yeah, there have been a fair amount of blunts go by, you're right. Another hit that has been replaced by a rewards point card. So we have 2 of those now to deal with. Carlos Henderson, Muhammad Ellington, Thomas, Michael Thomas. Kelvin Benjamin to 49 for the Panthers. I don't know why I can't see the opening on that for some reason tonight. I'm going to have to start, you know how you do that when you're trying to get the grocery bags to open up? I'm going to have to start doing that on that sleeve. Marcus May, Jonathan Allen, J.J. Watt, Terrell Suggs. All right. Randall Cobb. He has not been terribly productive this year. You guys know I like Randall Cobb because he went to UK, but he has not had a great season. Of course, doesn't help that Aaron Rodgers is out. Little Chad Kelly for the Broncos. Jamal Williams, Tre'Davious White, Jamison Crowder, Deshaun Jackson. Rookie introductions, Mike Williams for the Chargers. Budda Baker to 275 for the Cardinals with the orange parallel. Darius Stewart, Noah Brown, Vance McDonald, Justin Houston. Yeah, Matt. I do not disagree with you about those points cards. I don't know if you've been on one of the breaks where I've gone off on my rants about those, and I'm trying so hard not to because I am not a fan. That's to put it mildly. And sometimes I do go off on some pretty big tangents about those point cards. I'm trying very hard to not do that tonight because a lot of you break with me often, so you've heard that rant so many times you don't really want to hear it again, but yeah, it makes me crazy. Oh, Adrian, you're asking about if I want to sell the Wentz that I pulled for myself out of the Prestige I opened a week or 10 days ago. I don't know. You know, I'm thinking, my first thought on it is I want to get it graded. I want to see how it comes back graded. And then probably make a decision from there. And I've got a whole stack of stuff that needs to go in for grading, and I just haven't sent it. That needs to be on my to-do list coming up here in the next week or so. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it after that. I might, though. I might sell it. But the best I recall, and I've got so much stuff stacked everywhere around here. It was numbered. I'm trying to think what it, maybe to 50. I mean, I don't remember exactly if it was 50, but it was numbered and it was a reasonable number. It wasn't like to, 500 or anything. And I think, if I'm remembering it correctly, I think I looked at it and determined that it would be worth sending in to grade condition-wise, because, sometimes they're not, even right out of the pack, worth sending in. So if I'm right and that's the case, then I'll send it in first and then decide what to do with it. Conley, Days, Matt Ryan, Tyler Eifert. I do know we had a redemption that went by there a second ago, and I'm going to hold you in suspense. I'm leaving it flipped over for the moment. Travis Rudolph to 99 for the Giants. Green scope parallel for that autograph. O.J. Howard, Josh Dobbs, Alan Hearns, Doug Martin. There's another Fournette, and that one will be a nice low number Fournette at that. That is to 25, number 5 of 25 on Mr. Leonard Fournette. Antonio Gates, to 199. Mac Hollins, Chad Kelly, Joe Flacco, Zach Miller. Yeah, I was kind of waiting to send some stuff in to be graded until I got the Ezekiel Elliott rookie that I've been waiting on for a year. And since I still don't have it, I guess, and I've amassed a lot of other stuff in the meantime, I guess I'm just going to go on and send in what I have. Got a bunch of my Steelers cards that I want to get graded and a few other odds and ends and some basketball stuff too. That's to 99 on the Jamie Collins. Green Scope. Isaiah McKenzie, Taco Charlton, Cameron Meredith, James Harrison. I love James Harrison. LaShawn McCoy to 275 for the Bills. Ardarius Stewart, Noah Brown, Tom Savage, Trevor Siemian. That was like a whole little run of quarterbacks who can't cut it in the NFL, wasn't it? Like right there, almost back to back. I shouldn't have said that. That wasn't nice, but yet that is how it seems. Slightly, a little bit. Zach Miller to 199 for the Bears. Come on, screen. Josh Malone, Josh Reynolds, Kevin White, Mike Glennon. Kevin White, 275 for the Bears. Carlos Henderson, Mohamed LaFell, Vinatieri. There's another Fournette on the illumination insert. Of course, none of those are numbered, but I like those inserts. I think they're nice looking. Stacey Coley for the Vikings to 275. Solomon Thomas, Sidney Jones, Jason Witten. Looks like the Iron Man of the NFL, Jason Witten is. I need to get another pack of sleeves. Kyle Williams. Oh, just the one. I was all geared up to go down a list. It was just the one. Jimmy Graham to 149. Seahawks. If I didn't say that, which I don't think I did. Jamal Williams, Tre'Davious White. There's Zeke and Eric Berry. Rise Up insert Von Miller. David Moore to 149 for the Seahawks. Deshaun Watson, Kevin King, Chris Hogan, Brian Rockapo. I don't know. Marlon Humphrey for the Ravens. Baltimore Ravens. Okay, surely to goodness. There we go. Chad Williams, Shelton Gibson, Terrell Williams, James White. A little Jim Kelly Hall of Fame insert. D'Angelo Yancey to 199 for the pack. Jonnu Smith, Davis Webb, C.J. Mosley, Robert Kelly. All right, so we're going to do the big reveal here in a second on our redemption. Then we've got to deal with our Panini Rewards points. We've got to give those out via random. And then we will recap the rest of our hits. And of course, I'll have to go to the checklist on this. And it is O.J. Howard. Nice. So that will be for the Bucks, but you also know I'm going to go to the checklist and verify it because that's how I roll. So give me a second to get that in here, and we'll go take a look and verify that. I wonder what was that? Just basic rookie autographs, looks like. Football 2017 Panini Prism. Now I've got to find, there's rookie autographs Prism. What was the card number? 85. And O.J. Howard, indeed, it is the Buccaneers as we thought, and it is also unnumbered also as we thought. So that's going to leave us with these two rewards points. Again, I'm going to put that in there so I can write on it. 250 points, 150 points. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to cut and paste all 32 of the teams. I'll let you ride along with me here while I do that. And I'm just going to do random one time because there's 32 teams. I mean, that's plenty. I don't think we need to do random 2 or 3, 4 times and that kind of stuff when you've got 32 possibilities. I think we're pretty much okay with just doing it once and getting our answer. But what I will do is we'll take the top 2. So the team that ends up being number 1 after we hit random will get the 250 point card, and the team that is listed as number 2 in the second spot after we do the random will take the 150 point card. So once again, we'll just scroll down through there, make sure you guys are on the same page. Good. And then you can see all of our teams are in there just from that cut and paste. All 32 are there. So let's hit random and see what we've got. So the Cardinals are going to take the 250 points, and the Eagles are going home with the 150 points. So Cardinals with the 250 and the Eagles with the 150. So now we can recap our hits here. So reward point card that replaced a hit, 250 points awarded to the Cardinals via random. Reward point card that replaced a hit, 150 points to the Eagles via random. Redemption for O.J. Howard, that will be an unnumbered base Prism rookie for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Marlon Humphrey, Travis Rudolph, that one is to 99 on the green scope. Chad Kelly, so I may as well just show the backs of these again as we go. Josh Dobbs to 75 for the Steelers. Alvin Kamara, Jeremy McNichols, Jordan Willis to 75. Juju Smith-Schuster to 149. Desmond King to 49. The nice little Deshaun Watson rookie patch autograph. All these are sticker autos if I didn't say that earlier. This is to 99 on the Deshaun Watson for the Texans. Nice little hit. That's a case hit. Isaiah Ford, Dolphins. Chesson for the Chiefs. Tariq Cohen for the Bears. Carl Lawson for the Bengals. And we wrap it up with Malachi Dupree for the Pack. So once again, everybody, thank you so much. As always, I appreciate you bidding with me, breaking with me, staying with me, keeping me company and chat. I will try to get this stuff shipped to you as quickly as I can. In general, expect it to go probably, looks like I hit the camera, probably on Monday or Tuesday, in that range. And until then, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend as we roll out of Black Friday and into Cyber Monday on the way around the corner. And I will see you again the next time. Thanks a lot.